Education in Loita. Education in Loita, Ilmotiok village, was one huge positive thing that ever happened to the people around. If you look at their faces, there is hope. From the mothers in their kitchens, from the elders when they're looking after cows, and the kids when they're in the classroom. There is hope. You can see something shining in their faces. There is more time of kids togetherness in one place, and that is a school. When we opened the school, within 1 year, we did a statistics. What are the benefits of this education coming to us? And poverty in most of Kenya, in most part of Kenya, including Loita, it can only be eradicated by education. It can only be eradicated by education. Education opens awareness of knowing your rights, of getting a job, and changing to a better lifestyle. We had several meetings in absence of Jess, and we really do appreciate every time we have a meeting, the Council of Elders. You can always not even tell by word how much they appreciate. And we are having a lot of awareness. One thing, when the school opened on 10th, we had beautiful, huge amount of rain. Almost 600 people fit in the class that we built. It was really interesting. So I did a personal statistic of what was happening that day that I do remember very well on the 10th, and sanitation was one big thing. The Ministry of Health did the normal routine, and they did a very positive report to us that we desperately needed a toilet. And one of the things that I told Nasha and Angela was, if we build the toilet, you must be in the front line of teaching the kids on how to use a toilet. Education is the future of this country. We have now a new constitution, and if you look at entirely Maas Island in Kenya, they are the most less people that are getting any help from the government. We have the worst hospitals, I have to say that. We have the worst roads in the world. We have the worst education, I have to admit. And that is why we have a lot of non-governmental organizations, well-wishers, who are coming to help us because of the negligence of our government. How can we get the benefit from the government? We have to have people who are educated. We have to be aware of what are our rights in the government, and the only way is education. And that is why now, if you look in Loita, 99% of the kids in Loita, Ilmotiok village are all now being sent to school. Not even only Ilmotiok village, let's say Ologila, which is 12 kilometers from our school, Ilpopo, which is 10 kilometers, and the farthest is from Murja, which they have to cross a river that most of the time get flooded during the rainy season, which is 15 kilometers. It is that important. Everybody knows that there is no shortcut, but the way forward in education is education. Apart from the normal curriculum in the school, we also do teach the kids how important the Maasai culture is. If you go to our school, we have a section every day of teaching the kids the cultural activity. Personally, I talked to Jess the other day that maybe when I'm getting to retire, I'll have a college of teaching kids in Loita, or maybe all over Maas Island. You're all invited to learn the importance of keeping the Maasai culture still well educated. Among the top guides in the Mara myself, I'm one lucky professional safari guide that is doing 3 jobs at the same time. I do the professional safari guides of taking you on a game drive. I do the cultural talk, which I do teach people every evening in Olonana to be Maasais, to know how important the Maasai culture is, and also has a naturalist. The Maasai culture will not keep you away from any education that you want. You can dress like this and go to a university. You can dress like this and become a president or become a doctor. It is only the knowledge the other way around. When we finished building this one classroom, I came back to Olonana so happy and the dream came true. And then we built the toilet around April 2010, and my dream came more true, and I became more comfortable in mind about what I wanted to achieve. But at around July, I did ask myself, yes, we have one classroom, we have about 156 kids, and now some of the kids will graduate to go to another class next year. I did ask myself, they are still too little to walk 15 kilometers like I did. There is still wild animals like it used to be. It is completely a remote place. The weather can still be bad, and what are we going to do next? And that is when my mind remembered that Jess told me what is the next step of the school. Now we have 2 classes. We wrote what we call phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. We are having a plan of building a clinic, maybe getting water for the school, having a feeding program. We have a very strong partnership with the entire Acacia, my community, of working together to be able to sustain what the donors have donated for us.